Good morning, everybody. Hey, I've got some guests in the waiting room, and we're going to get to them real quickly here. But before I do that, I wanted to touch base with you guys and let you guys know we have 1 week left before the auction is done. And that's the Kevin Halewood online auction. There's some great items on there, 60 different items. And we're excited that that's raising some money for the foundation. So, anyway, hey, before I blab too much. We want to get to business as quick as possible, but I'm going to bring on Kirk Price. Kirk, how are you?
I'm good, Randy. What's going on, buddy?
Man, good to see you.
You too as well, my man. It's been we've known each other for a few days.
We
Yep.
have.
So been in this business
And
together for a long, long time.
I'm trying to see if we're live yet because I don't see anybody joining in. But you know what? We are. Here we are. Yes, we are. There we go. We got people joining, and I got to turn the volume down. All right. Yes, we have. And man, you are one of the nicest, good-looking guys like me.
Well, we got this going on. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's the way it is.
And you know what? You know what? When I started shaving a few years back, I just love it. I do not miss my little skimpy
Yeah.
Donald Trump hairstyle where I do my comb overs and.
Well, I have a funny story how I started shaving mine because I know you know Kelly Parsons. But
Yes.
our 10-year class reunion, just real quick, our 10-year class reunion, we were all at his house partying down a little bit, and he offered me, he said, if I can get $200, can we shave your head tonight? I'm like, yep, you sure can. So about 10 minutes later, he comes up with $200, and when they ended up shaving my head, and I've shaved it ever since.
And you never went back.
Never
Yep.
went back. Never went
Yeah.
back.
I did it. I guess it's been 4 years now.
Yeah.
And
Well, you look good. Almost as good as me, but you good.
maybe in time. I think maybe in time. You have more experience being bald than I do.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do have that. So, anyway,
Kirk,
and I want to say, Randy, what you're doing here with this foundation is so cool, and what a great thing. And just it's to help people, and it's such a cool thing. I want to give you, the props on that because you've got a huge heart, Randy, and everybody should know that. And you're doing all this stuff for the right reasons. I can't thank you enough.
yeah, you know what? Thank you, but it's not just me. There's, as you know, with everybody that donates, everybody that bids, everybody that goes on and just donates. Even if you don't see anything you want, there's a donate button. You can donate money. This 100% of everything that's coming in is going out to technicians within our MTE community. Right
Yeah,
now, we're just trying to build, so people understand this. We're just trying to build the foundation financially. It's going to be a few months before we really get this up and going where we're able to help people. But I will say we are taking 20% of all the income raised in this online auction, and we're gonna gift that 20% of that to the Halewood family, just
very
to help
cool.
them out during this time. And so that auction is going to close on the next Sunday, St. Patrick's Day at 10 a.m. And the way it's set up, just so everybody knows too, if you're bidding on something, if you get outbid, you have 3 minutes to justify that. And I think that will go up to 30 minutes on each item. Other than that, if nobody gets a bid in 3 minutes, it closes down. So anyway,
It's a
all
great.
that's in the fine print, but yeah, it's pretty neat. It's what's really cool is to see our community coming together and people donating things for the cause. And
Yeah.
I think that's
A
really,
lot of cool people who want to help in this industry and want to help each other, and it's a brotherhood. There's no doubt.
it really is. It truly, truly is. We are so blessed. And, a lot of times we remember all the negativity around us, or maybe that one tech or that one storm. You remember the negative side of everything, but you forget to really focus. You should be focusing on more of the good because there's 90% of everything around us is good,
For
and
sure.
less than 1% is bad for the most part. But we make that 1% turn into 90%. You know,
For sure.
and
Yeah.
it's just
No.
a natural thing that we all do. And I fight it. I think everybody fights stuff like that. But and if we can just stay focused on good, that's what's going to make us. And hey, let's talk about good stuff. You aren't chasing hail anymore.
I'm not. I'm not chasing hail. I started back in '94 and started a route for a couple of years, and then ended up evolving into chasing, and did that for 25 plus years. And then my wife had some health issues and stuff, and I'm not getting any younger, Randy. And so that was part of it too. And so I ended up getting a little shop here in Nixa, Missouri. And so I haven't chased for going on, I guess this will be my fourth year of
Yeah.
not chasing. So that's been, it's been a change for sure, but it's
Yeah.
been a good thing. And, you know, my youngest son just graduated at the semester from high school, and his last 3 years, well, actually really since his freshman year, I didn't miss one thing of his. I was home for everything, and you know, you can't put a price tag on that. And I hope
Well, you
everybody out
should.
there understands that with their kids and stuff, because you don't get that time back. And I missed some of it with my oldest. But on the other hand, you know, I kind of, that was definitely a benefit of, you know, getting my shop. And, you know, I saw every one of his sports games and all this stuff at school and whatever happened. And so it's something I wouldn't change for the world for sure.
You know, and I know you lost your wife a little over a year ago,
It's
right?
in, yeah, right about a year ago. Yeah.
And deepest condolences for that. But how great it is that you've been able to stay home and be there for your kids.
Yeah.
Um,
It's been great, a blessing. And just, it's, you know, I took a pay cut doing it, but it doesn't, you know, that didn't really even factor into it. There comes a point in time where I didn't really care about that. I just cared about the time with my kids, because you don't get that back, and
right.
they grow so fast. And, you know, I was always concerned about being on the road and making the money. And, you know, there came a point in time in my life where that wasn't the most important thing anymore, and my kids were. And yeah, I had no regrets for it whatsoever. And who we're going to have on here in a little bit, Push'n PDR, they were a big part of me being able to stay home with what they've done to help my business, where I could, you know, where I could afford to stay home.
You know, my son is 20. He's going to be 26 this year, and he's my youngest. And I remember I was like, "Come on, you know, Jake, why don't you get involved in doing PDR?" And his response, and he was about 15 years old, and this was his response. He said, "Well, Dad, no offense, but I don't want to travel and be away from my family like you have been yours." And I was like, "Oh man, that just hurt. It
That,
hurt."
that was a kick in the, you know what, wasn't it?
That was, and he didn't mean it in that aspect,
Of
but at
course.
least he saw this. He saw that I was just always trying to provide, like you.
Sure.
Um, and
Sure.
I do know that, you know. And then I bought the Dent Squad in St. Louis shortly after that, and now my other son owns it. But there was something about staying home and working in a shop that was just so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's a lot of guys that watch these shows that are, you got mobile tech guys, you know, you got your route guys, I should say. You have the hail guys, and you've got guys like yourself that has a retail location. That's kind of our three categories that we have.
Sure.
And I know when I started my retail location, the value and the importance of social media and marketing was was huge. That's a salesperson that's out there on the streets for you every single day.
A hundred
So,
percent.
and I know Nixa, Missouri, you're just right down the road from me, but we've never met up. And I hate to say that, but next time I come down through that way, I definitely will. Um,
Yeah.
you're
For sure.
you're probably only 2 hours from my house, straight down the highway. How
Yeah.
far are you from Rolla?
Oh, I'm an hour and a half probably from Raleigh,
Okay,
something
so
like
we're
that.
about
Yeah. I'm
3 hours away
outside.
from each other.
I'm just, we're actually almost anymore now. Nick's is almost just is Springfield, kind of. You know, it used to be back in the day. But I mean, from here to you know, like James River Expressway, which is Springfield, is about 3 miles from my shop. So I'm basically in Springfield.
Okay,
So just side of it, just between here and Branson. So we're not far. We're almost neighbors, Randy.
we really are. Yeah, it's pretty close. Well, hey, let's bring in Zack, since we're starting to talk about pushing PDR and media marketing, because he's well, you've got a lot to say about him, and he's got a lot to say, I'm sure. So let's bring him in. Good morning, Zack.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Let me
What's up,
move
Zach?
us around a little bit.
How we doing, guys?
There we go.
The man
Doing
right
Hear me
there.
okay?
fantastic.
He's the man right there. He's changed my business. That's for sure.
Can you
So,
guys
Kirk,
hear me okay?
yeah, yep,
Beautiful.
I can hear everybody. I don't know if our audience can hear us, but I'm not seeing any bad messages, so that's good.
Yeah, I took the microphone off, so I just want to make sure the computer worked.
I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit so I can hear you guys a little bit better. So, Kirk, do me a favor. Tell us how you met Zack and what transpired. Because I know when I heard this story from you, and then I talked with Zack, and he mentioned you in the story. They're identical stories. And I think it's kind of cool because, none of us want to get screwed out of anything. And we always have our wall up to anything new. And
For sure.
we want to act like we know everything, but really we don't know much when it comes to multimedia as a dent guy, you don't, or social media. So go ahead and tell your story.
Well, last year didn't know much, and like I said, when I quit chasing, I'll be quite honest with you. I've been in the business for so long. My goal was to have a shop where retail customers came to my shop. I didn't want to be mobile, and I didn't want to have to deal with any wholesale work. I didn't want to deal with the dealer, any of that kind of stuff. I'd had all I wanted of it, but I really knew nothing about Google. And if they can't find you right here on the phone, you're in trouble. And then about that same time is when Zack reached out to me. I didn't know who he was. He told me what he offered and made these promises and said, "Here's what I can do for you." And I said, "Well, Zack, if you can do that for me, then we're going to give it a shot." And I'll tell you what, everything he ever told me that he was going to do for me, he did, and it transformed my business. I mean, I don't leave my shop. Any keywords in my area has to do with dent repair, whatever it may be, door dings, hail damage, whatever it is. I one or two come up right, and it's so powerful and so important. And I knew nothing about it, and we became good friends. I mean, really good friends. I wanted to help the guy out a bit. We've helped each other. It's been a win-win situation for both of us. And it's I can't say enough about what he's done, for my business and just, personally. He's a great guy.
Zack, what do you think about all that? That's pretty good coming from Kirk Price.
I love it because Kirk was different, man. When we got Kirk involved, I didn't know who he was, who he knew, how long he was been in the business. I treated him like an everyday client. And then we built a relationship. Kirk put his whole business in my hands. So I had a responsibility. We weren't as big as we are now. We treated all of our techs, with love. I always checked in with Kirk, and we built a relationship that's actually very strong. We're more than just in business. We actually have a friendship now. And to hear his success story and the clients he gives me on top of it, makes me feel good about myself, makes me feel good about Push'n PDR and helping the industry because it is a tight niche network.
It is. And so everybody knows, and I think we've been talking about this more and more, but Zack and his team over at Push'n PDR is creating and developing the website for the Kevin Halewood Foundation. And we so appreciate that and are excited to see what happens with all that. I know you guys are waiting on me to get more information to you, and I will in time here. So everybody knows about the Kevin Halewood Foundation. This isn't going to be anything that's going to be super quick. This is going to be something that we're going to take a year to build and make sure we build it correctly in every aspect of it. That's what that online auction is all about, is to help us financially. Please go there and bid on some goodies for yourself. So just so everybody knows that. All right, Zack.
Yes.
You're a busy guy yourself. You're really busy. You've got a fencing company?
Yep. So my father owned a large fencing company for the last 13 years. So before I came into my family's business of marketing, that's what I did.
Wow.
So when I learned how to market a type of business, a TOB is what we call it. PDR is my background. So when my father stepped away from the fencing world, I took it over. Installs only. So I do have a very large fencing company that I do run day to day, that I have a vice president, a partner that helps me run it, and then PDR. So I am very, very busy.
Well, it's I know we kind of briefly talked about how you guys entered into the PDR side, but how long you guys been on the mobile tech side now, like going to the shows? How many years has it been?
So we've been full into the shows for 4 years. Our first PDR tech, Scotty Johnson, has been with us, 2024? 8 years now.
Okay.
Which we had no idea we were coming into this industry. We helped him because he is our CEO's cousin, Scotty Johnson, Ding Doctor. Then we met Steve Shapiro, and Billy Birchill, that's also the Ding Doctors. And that's how we got into it.
All right. Well, I think it's important that we let everybody know that watches this, whether they're watching live or they're watching down there, here, tonight or the next day. Oh, we lost them. Let me see if I can bring him back up in here. I don't know what happened there.
We lost connection.
Yeah, we got you back. Anyway, I think it's important that everybody understands that you guys are part of the MTE show. You guys are there each year, have been for the last 4 years. You have your own booth. You're there every year, and you're not somebody that's kind of came in and out of this. You guys have been consistent. I know I've got friends that use you guys. Everybody I just talked with, Carl, Cousin Clay, is what most of you guys know him as. I was just talking to him before we came on the show, and he's like, man, he goes, in the very beginning, we had a little rockiness with them. And he goes, they have been outstanding to deal with. And he goes, they're always, your services is always paying off for him.
And that's it. This is not a get rich scheme. This takes time. And if this is what you want, and this is what I tell PDR techs, especially detailers, this isn't an overnight thing. It takes time to build. Every service area is different. This is not something that's going to happen in 30 days. This couldn't happen in 60 days. This could be a lifelong thing that you need for your PDR or detailing business.
And Kirk, how was that for you when you first signed up with them? What did you see?
Well, first off, and I'd used a couple other media companies before Zack, and wasn't happy with what was delivered. And a lot of it was because I couldn't, when I had a question, I wanted an answer, and I couldn't get a hold of them. They wouldn't respond. And that was the one thing that stood out with Zack, is when I called and had a question, and he was on it. And if he didn't have the phone, he called back and kept me in the loop. And he told me from the get-go, give me 90 days. Give me 90 days to get you where you want to be. And it was probably about 60. Just top of Google. Here's what you need to do to help me help you. You need to get reviews. You need to post photos before and afters, this sort of thing. And I did exactly what he told me to do. Started getting reviews, and man, I just shot right up Google to the first. Like I said, anything you search around here, I'm one or two. And he told me 90 days, and it was probably about 60, and I was right where I wanted to be. I mean, I was about it was the customer service. I mean, they were on it. If I ever had a question, I needed something, they were there. And not only that, even when I did, they were communicating with me about, hey, here's what's going on. Can you send us some more pictures? You need to keep working on reviews. That was the communication between us. That's what was really drove them, because hell, if I got a question, I want to know what the answer is, and I don't want to know a week from now. I want to know it.
Right.
And that's the way it happened, and that was the main thing that really stuck with me was they kept me in the loop.
I can say that too, just from dealing with you guys thus far. Every time I've had a question, we got some bad feedback here.
Yeah, we got bad connection. I'm losing you guys.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute you guys or see who's got what going on. I think we got that fixed. I muted you, Kirk, just for a moment. Zack, I think what dealing with you guys has been it's been a blessing, because I'll ask you guys questions, and you guys, just like Kirk says, you respond right away. I know last week we had our 2-hour meeting with 2 of the workers, and I know it was seriously 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Over everything that I wanted. You said, make sure you go in depth with them, exactly what you're looking for and everything. And they just seemed like they just really understood it. And that made me feel really good.
And that's the difference. What's awesome is we didn't get into the PDR industry not knowing. Could we push metal? Absolutely not. But we knew what you guys needed to be successful online. That's like me trying to get into a roofing campaign and selling roofer contracts. I know nothing about it. You need somebody that understands your business and separates you from a body shop, unqualified calls, what you guys are looking for. Dents, stings, creases, hail damage. That's your guys' game. So if you have somebody like a marketing company that doesn't specialize in your service, how could they brand you?
I agree. Kirk?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they were. I just can't say enough good things about him and Zach and just the whole crew. And yeah, he's spot on when he's saying that. And you know, I couldn't agree more. They've got this niche down, and yeah, I can't say anything better about them.
Well, Zach, what do you think? Why do you guys wait so long? Why, here I am. I mean, I've just kind of signed up with you guys because I keep on hearing all this great stuff. So I personally signed up with you guys too. But why do you think we take so long
to do marketing?
Yeah.
Because you guys have a shield up, that you guys are protective. You have your guard up at all times. You guys had people not in the industry, but you guys dealt with marketing companies that have destroyed you, took advantage of you. You guys have dealt with door knockers. You have dealt with all these type of people, or you've had guys that you subcontracted with that didn't pay. So you guys have this guard up and this trust where you don't want to bring new people that you don't know on board. So that's our job, is to build a relationship. Just like me and Kirk, we FaceTime, we talk all the time. We have a relationship now. I manage his whole business, the way he brings in calls. But the reason we get denied is people have a trust factor to let us take on their business.
I agree.
They want instant gratification.
Yeah, I agree.
But this is just like having any Anson tool, any glue pulling kit, anything in your toolbox. You need this for a PDR business or a detailing business.
Yeah. No question about it. No question about it. What would you say to the guy that's sitting there on the fence? What's your sales pitch to him? What would you say to get him to turn around to say, look, give us a shot, because you've got some pretty good incentives that you work with people to actually bring them in. Explain how your company works, and I don't know if you want to go into pricing, or maybe leave that out and let them call you.
Yeah.
But give your phone number, give your website, all that, where they can reach out to you.
So question one, somebody that's on the fence, it's either you do some type of marketing or you are not going to be relevant. I don't care if you're a brick and mortar shop. I don't care if you're mobile or you're chasing hell. The worst thing is if you're not marketing and a storm chaser comes in your area and starts ranking and starts taking all the hell cars from you, you're going to be upset. You need this to drive in business. There is no out of being on the fence. You need to do this to be successful. Our pricing is all different. So it's not a cookie cutter program. Everybody's price is not the same. Some guys need hell websites. Some guys want retail websites. Some guys are chasing. Some guys are staying home. Some guys are mobile. Everything is based on what the client wants. And we ask those questions. Same thing with Kirk. He's not going to travel 70 miles to do a retail door ding. We know that. He has a brick and mortar shop. His customers come to him. So all pricing is different. To get in contact with us, Push'nPDR.com. My direct phone number is 585-410-6648.
Okay. April Kinsey just chimed in, and she said, yes, they know PDR. And I know that she's just kind of came on board with you guys just in the last few months.
I lost you.
Did you lose me? You guys got me? Kurt?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So here, now she just, this is, we're talking about April Kinsey. She said, as Zach said, too many marketing companies make us sound like mechanics. This is the first marketing company I don't have to babysit. It actually frees me up to take care of other things. Wow, that's so true. There's so many people that are marketing, but they don't really pay attention and listen to what you have to offer. And I've gotten frustrated with different companies. That's a great point, April. Thank you for putting that in there.
And there's a lot of truth to it, because you guys have to separate yourself from the body shop to the retail market, to dents, dings, creases, hail damage. That's a different ball game.
Yeah. No question about it. Well, so what's the website again?
Push'nPDR.com. Like Push'n Metal, PUSHIN PDR.com.
I'll make a note of that on the top part when I go through it. Oh, there you go. Push'n. I think earlier I wrote PUSHN apostrophe N or something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, it was great seeing you at the show.
Absolutely.
And, you guys had a nice booth. You were more over towards the detail side.
Yep.
But now you guys do stuff with the detail side too, right?
Small portion of our business. So we do niche detailing. So it's more focused on ceramic coating, paint correction, PPF, vinyl wraps, liquid wraps. It's a niche market.
Okay.
It's not an everyday detailer like PDR. It's open. There is guidelines. We have to work with certain amount of techs in a certain area. We're market exclusive, and you have to have time under your belt. We can't come out of the academy 2 months later, start doing your marketing.
Got it. And what's the purpose of that?
Bad publicity. Say if you're a newer tech, we set up your Google, we set up your website. You don't know what a tech of your guys' self that's been in the industry 25, 30 years, and they demolish a car or don't bring the car back to factory finish. They start getting bad Google reviews. Bad things start happening. There's nothing I could do to help. If people are getting bad reviews and bad stuff, it's going to hurt them.
Okay. I think that's smart. Yep. Kirk?
You know, if people are on the fence, when you say they're on the fence, and especially the hail guys and people in areas where it does get hail, if you've got a brick and mortar or a mobile person, man, it's one hail car a year. It's one car a year to have Zack do what he does. That's the way I look at it. I'm like, well, shoot, it's one, and it's not even a high dollar hail car. You know, it's one hail car a year to change your business. It's really that simple. I mean, you know, guys are making money out there doing this business, and if you're not a presence on Google, it's just, you know, you're just behind, and you got to have it anymore. If they can't find you on your phone immediately and you don't have the reviews, I mean, you're pissing in the wind is what you're doing. Yeah. You know, that's the way I look at it. And that's why I told people, I said, look, guys, if you're having a problem with it or on the fence, it's one hail car. You know, It's one car.
I like what you said, Zack, too. You said, you know, talking about guys going door to door and knocking on doors, how much money that costs them and how much money it costs for the commissions to pay that door guy, you know, that door knocker. If especially like you'll see that with the hail teams. I don't view like what you guys are offering as an expense. I view you as a salesperson for us without a lot of headaches, because those guys bring so much drama into your business and complaining about this and complaining about that. I want to give everything away. And you guys are like that behind the scenes perfect salesperson that is
behind the scene door knocker.
Huh?
Yeah. Behind the scene door knocker.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're bringing a lot more work than those guys do.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's a win-win for everybody. So let's see. April says, agreed, Kirk, the most affordable marketing we've tried, and it's effective. So yeah.
Well, look, you know, it's the bottom line is if they can't find you right here, then they're not going to find you. Yeah. I mean, it's that simple. If they can't get on their phone and they can't find you right now on Google, they're not going to find you. You know, it's just the way it is. There's no looking in the phone books anymore. There's none of that kind of stuff.
And there's no looking on the computers anymore. Everything has to deal mobile. That phone, I have two on me at all times. Our phones are glued to us. So if you're not using the voice search, hey Siri, hey Google, then repair near me, ding repair, auto hail damage near me, you're never going to have a chance of bringing in that retail car.
Yeah.
Thought about it.
Yeah.
It's super powerful. Good. It's super powerful. It's one hell car a year, and I promise you, it's worth it.
Guy painless dent repair and restore effect.
That's funny. Google went off.
That's funny.
Speak for the devil. Come on, Zack, turn your shit off, boy.
I know. Because I said, hey, Google.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now my phone's acting up. It hurt it.
They're listening to us.
No doubt. Push'n PDR is good. I can't say enough good things about him. You know, and just, you know, give him a shot. And if it's not him, you better get somebody, because you got to have it.
Oh,
you got to have it on Google. And, you know, like I can't say enough good things about Zack and none of that. This tells you a little bit about Zack, too, coming on with the foundation, wanting to help out, wanting to give back. I mean, there's more to it. Zack, you know, obviously Zack's here to make a living, but he's also here. He's part of this industry, too. And he wants to make a difference helping people as well. It's not just all about the money with him. You know, obviously he's not doing this for free, but on the other hand, you know this, Randy. He's come on board with you and this on the foundation, and he wants to be a part of it too. So that tells you a lot right there.
It says a lot. I'm so excited to have you guys on, and again, thank you for offering to build this website and kind of take over that. And I'm looking forward to doing business with you myself. So
thank you for the opportunity. Blessing in disguise when you came up to our booth.
Yeah. I wasn't even expecting to see you guys over on that side.
So usually we run two booths.
Okay.
But with the hail season that we had so early this year and the hail from last year, it was hard for us to bring the account managers. We have Haley, we have Parker that usually come with us as well. It was me, Evan, and Nancy this year. So 2 would be at the booth on the PDR side and 2 on the booth at the detailing side. But we couldn't leave our customers. So we had to take one for the team and just 2 of us go out and run the booth. And this year was the busiest. The Gaylord Hotel and the MTE this year was the best one I have been to, I believe.
I agree. I think we've
The
all been saying that.
the energy, it was awesome.
Yeah, I like the way they did the floor layout and everything. There was more room in the aisles. Just everything about it. And I'm pretty excited about next year too. It's going to be the same place, and I don't know if you guys are. I know you guys are going, but Kirk, I don't know if you're going to go.
I push him every year.
Yeah.
I did get one special guest one year.
What's that?
I got a special guest one year.
Yeah.
I got him to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I met Zack in person. Actually, was at MTE. So we had communicated obviously through phone and FaceTime and stuff, but that's where I met him.
Well, he had no choice to go, Randy.
We've got a package on the online auction. One of the gifts is 2 tickets to the fishing tournament next year, 2 nights at the Hampton Inn, and then 3 nights at the Gaylord.
Very nice.
And then 2 tickets to Education Day and 2 tickets to MTE, and then this really cool Bass glass canteen, liquor canteen that we introduced this year, and we said we were going to auction it off. And anyway, I think the package is right now it's like at $800, but it's valued at over $2,200. So somebody's going to get a great deal. That's 5 nights hotel, 2 tickets to the Bass tournament and MTE, and that hotel is beautiful over there, the Gaylord.
Oh yeah,
that Bass tournament was a huge success, wasn't it?
What's that?
That Bass tournament was a huge success, wasn't it? For the first year.
100 people. We had a little bit over 100 people involved, and everybody loved it. A couple of boats didn't catch that many fish, and while other boats caught a lot, and some didn't catch that many. But that's kind of fishing, I mean, you just
fishing.
never.
Fishing, Randy, not catching.
Yeah, that's right. And but you know what? More than anything, it wasn't so much about the fishing. It was about coming together. And this next year, we're going to do 2 of them. We're going to do one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. Wednesday, we're having a golf tournament. Susan Lechtenberg's bringing the MTE golf event over. We changed the name to that to the Kevin Halewood Golf Tournament. She wanted to do that in honor of Kevin. I thought that was really cool. We're turning it into a fundraising event. ReconRally is as Zack and I have been talking, to turn that into kind of the face of the Kevin Halewood Foundation, to host that for all the events we're going to be doing. All the money that we raise, every ounce, every penny that we ounce is going to go into this fund, and the fund will help technicians throughout the MTE community when they have a deathly sickness or something happens to them, where we can come together and help them out a little bit. And it's, we can't save the world, but man, if we could help somebody out in a time of need, for 3 months, anything like that, Kurt, you've had your difficult times, and I have. A lot of people have, but if you can imagine to have your house payment and some of your expenses taken care of for 3 months, right when turmoil hits your home front, man, that takes a lot of pressure off of you.
It does. The life changer, Randy, and just what a great idea. And we all need help at certain times of our life.
Yeah.
Life can be tough, Randy. Life can be tough. It's such a cool thing. You've got such a big heart, and this is such a great thing that you're doing. And like I said, we all need help at one time or another, and it's nice to know that you have that and have friends and people who want to help you, not just help you, but people that in this industry, they want to. And that's and it's a life-changing thing that you and everybody's doing here. I mean, what a great thing. It really is. I can't say enough about it. What a great idea. And, it's, changes lives. That's what it's doing.
That's
Well,
the
and it
goal.
brings love back to the community.
Yeah.
Just like you said earlier, the negativity, we need to bring in positivity in this world.
We just need to keep breeding it.
Yep.
We got to keep breeding that positivity, squish the negativity, and just breed the positivity.
Absolutely.
Get out there and have some good old-fashioned sex with that positivity and make it multiply.
Way better that way, Randy. Life's way better. I mean, you don't have to be miserable, and it's all right here. What's your mindset, and are you? It's not. How can I do things better? Not why me, but okay, well, how can I make things better? It's just all about what's between your ears and having people around you that want to help you, and it's such a great thing. Life's just way better that way.
Yeah.
I don't think I always knew that, but as we get older, we start understanding that a little bit more, that being positive and wanting positive for other people and wanting other people to win and things. It's pretty important, at least in my mind. It is for sure.
Hey, real quick, Kurt, I meant to ask you this earlier. Tell everybody what you're doing. You're not just pushing dents now. Now you're doing the dipping stuff.
The hydrographics, yeah, doing some hydrographics. I started doing that. Well, when I quit traveling, I took a pay cut, so I was looking for something else to do, and so it's called hydrographics, and we can do just about any 3D object. I do a lot of interior car parts, as far as putting any kind of design, like carbon fiber is really popular. I do a lot of guns, whether it be in camo or whatever it may be. Just about anything, helmets, motorcycle parts. So yeah,
Carts.
What's that?
Golf carts.
Golf carts, done that. ATV, just about anything that's 3D that you want any kind of customization done to it, whether it be anywhere from carbon fiber to to American flags to camo to there's hundreds and hundreds of options. So yeah, that's been something I've been doing for about 3.5 years now, I guess.
Well, what's your website so guys can go to it?
It's newlookhydrographics.com.
New Look Hydrographics.
Hydrographics.com. Yep.
And
then my other one is newlookpdr.com.
That's a whole new look.
That is a whole. Right. That's right. So it's a really cool thing. You should go check out the website and see what all kinds of things to do. I know lots of guys out there have guns and toys. I do a lot of interior under the hood. Like I'm part of, if you can see Midwest Muscle up there is a big muscle car group that I do a lot of, whether it be engine covers, valve covers, things like that under the hood for when they're, when they prop their hood up for the car shows. Just customization like that. And it's really starting to grow. It's been a learning process for sure, but it's also been a lot of fun to start something new and kind of give you a new, regenerate a little bit. So I've been doing this PDR thing for 30 plus years. So it was kind of nice to do something a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how cool is that? I mean, for you to be able to stop chasing Hill, come home, take care of the family, and you've got two different businesses going, and Zack
runs them both.
Oh yeah,
you're running both of them, Zack.
I do them both for him. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm at the top of Google and anything hydrographics around this area too. You Google anything that has to do with hydro dipping, New Look Hydrographics is number one almost every single time.
It was a challenge. It was a learning phase, but I told Kirk he had to bear with me.
Yeah, he kind of took that on. He kind of took that on for me. I kind of talked him into it a little bit because that really wasn't it. But on the other hand, he made it happen. And, that's another thing with our friendship and the customer service. Zack's willing to help whoever the best he can. And that's, as you can well see, Randy, with him being a part of this foundation, that's the kind of guy he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. We are losing reception from time to time. I don't know why.
Yeah, we were kicking off a little bit. I was losing you guys.
I'm just writing a reason. All right, guys. Well, very good. Listen, we've been on here for 40 minutes, and I want to tell you guys thank you both for coming on today.
Thank you.
Push'n PDR, Zach, your whole team over there, thank you so much. I can't wait to work with you guys more. Kurt, I can't wait to stop by when I'm coming down 44 and coming
Please
through.
do.
I will look you up.
You're always
something.
You're always welcome, buddy.
I'll love to. I will make it a point. You know, never know which way hell brings me, but I leave tomorrow for Louisiana, and I won't be coming down 44 though. So,
well, obviously you're welcome. And Randy, just once again, thanks for what you're doing. And without question, you're one of the good guys in this industry, and the things that you do, and you know, we all benefit from it. So thank you.
Man,
thank you, Randy.
It's an honor to serve. That's all I can say. It's an honor to serve. It's an honor to do this for the Halewood family. And I can promise everybody, I'm not somebody who will let anybody down. Just everybody has to be patient with me right now because we've got a lot of stuff happening. So between the website, between this online auction, between hail season, you have to make a living for your own family.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things happening right now. So everybody be patient, but I can promise you that, you know, I definitely won't let anybody down, and all the money
No
will
good things happening
appropriately. So, okay.
For sure. Randy, thanks, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Thank you.
Too. Bye, buddy.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We're going to take off. Have a great week. Thanks for joining us.